Are you not really into having sex, but you're trying to have a baby, so the two don't go together? Well, stay with me on this episode of Fertility TV to find out why it's happening.
I'm blank.
Welcome to Fertility TV. I'm Dr. Marc, Sklar, the fertility expert, and today I'm talking about sex and wanting to have a baby and why sometimes you really just don't want to. I mean, ever wonder why you're not really feeling so frisky? Yeah, well, I've got the 5 top causes that are causing your, lack of interest, if you will. Number 1, well, birth control pill. I use this as number 1 because it's really, really common. Most women are put on birth control to regulate their cycles or to try not to have a baby. So you'd think that once you get off of it, you're ready to go. But really, it's been regulating and pushing down your internal hormones. So you're going to be a little bit off when you come off of it. It also causes you potentially not to ovulate or ovulate on time. And if you're not ovulating on time or ovulating at all, your body's not really going to want to have sex because those two often go together. Normal regular rhythm and cycle is that as your hormones shift towards ovulation, you have increased cervical mucus, you have increased libido, which causes you to want to have sex and start trying to have a baby. Well, if you're not ovulating, that's not going to happen. Number 2, as one of the top causes for not wanting or having interest in sex, is your fertility meds. If you're watching, maybe you've already been down that fertility journey. You're now trying IUI or IVF, and when you are going down those paths, you're put on medication. Well, those medications are awesome for controlling your cycle and causing you to increase, or causing your ovaries to increase and produce more follicles or eggs. But one of the repercussions is that could, affect your hormone, your interest, your libidos, because it is affecting your hormones. So fertility meds are good for a lot of things, not so great for wanting to have sex. Number 3, your thyroid. So one of the common issues with hypothyroidism is a lack of interest or a low libido. It's even more common with Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune side of hypothyroidism. And that being said, other autoimmune issues, because of how they affect your immune system and they usually cause a great amount of fatigue, do cause women to lose interest in sex, which is normal because if you're tired and your thyroid's not working properly, you're really not going to have an interest in sex. So that's number 3. Number 4, emotions. If you're really not into it emotionally, right, then you're really not going to want to have sex. For women, being into your partner and connecting with your partner emotionally and mentally is a big part of wanting to have sex because that's another way that you connect. It's very different than men. So you've got to be into it. And if there's a lot of stress going on in your life with the fertility challenges, or emotionally there's a lot going on, or you're just depressed or anxious, odds are you're not really going to be into wanting to have sex and start to make a baby, even though you emotionally want to make a baby and have a baby. So those two won't necessarily jive. And then 5, which is often one that happens once you've been trying for a period of time, is scheduling of sex, right? It's that time of the month. Honey, we have to have sex on these days and it's time to go. It's not really exciting, right? I mean, I hear it all the time for patients. They're not really interested in it, but they know they have to have sex because that's how you make a baby. So I would suggest, at least for that last one, try to break things up and break up the routine. And yes, you do have to schedule, but try to work around it and maybe do as little scheduling as possible when it comes to that, to bring a little bit more interest back into the sexual routine. With all of these things, we got to find out why you're not having an interest in sex anymore, or why your libido is low. My suggestion for my patients is we got to figure out the why. We got to look deeper. So if you want to find out why, so that you can fix your regulate your hormones, fix your libido, and start wanting to have sex again, then one of my suggestions for you is reach out to us to schedule some time to speak to us for one of our consultations. If that's something that interests you, so that we can find out and help you find out why it's happening and give you some solutions, then click on this little icon right here, this little I. That should give you some options on how to reach out to us. You can also do so with the description below. and click on the link there. And I want to hear from all of you. In the comments section, please let me know which one of these 5 things you think is affecting your libido and your lack of interest in sex. All right, to your fertility, I'll see you in the next video. Are you looking for a fertility coach? Are you looking for someone to guide you with your personal needs one-on-one? Well, that can be me. If you want more information on that, check it out right here.